Hello. Hello, all. Welcome. Somebody said they're watching from the Caribbean, and I'm incredibly jealous. Hello. I'm glad you're all here. Yeah, this is kind of a surprise live because I had planned on doing it, but then yesterday my back was bothering me, but today it's fine. So I ended up scheduling it today. Welcome. I'm glad. Yay, Tiffany, getting off work. That's wonderful. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to play. This is going to be one of those types of lives where it's kind of a choose your own adventure. You guys are going to help me decide what I'm going to do. Nicole is here from Altenew. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for your patience with me. I said I was doing it, then I said I wasn't, and then I said I was. And, you know, kind of, she was patient with me. Welcome, welcome. Good. Yes, I have this live, and then I'm going live again on Friday at 3 o'clock and probably on Sunday again too. I want to get back to doing the Sunday lives when I'm here. Hello, welcome. Okay, so most of the time when I do a live, I prep a lot ahead of time so that I can get many cards done. But I also have done a few lives where I kind of let you guys help me decide what I'm going to do, like colors and products and all that. I have some things in mind, but we'll still, like, I have some techniques, some things I want to show, but I'll still be able to, you guys can help me decide. So Mike will be doing polls at the top of the chat as we go. I'm glad you're all here. All right, let me pull this up so I can make sure that I'm over there. Okay, there we go. Okay, yay. So let's start out by, let's start out by talking about a few things. Hi, Bran. Bran is here. Bran Loveland is my link ninja, and she helps out here. So if you have any questions, you can tag her. She's good at finding things. She can find anything. Let's first talk about some specials. And if you're shopping, there are some ways to save. I'm using new products today. I've been doing a lot of lives with older products, so I thought I would try or do a live with some newer things, like to change things up. Dana, thank you for, Dana she's here. She just texted me that said, I love you. And I didn't have a chance to reply. It was right before this. Thank you. Okay, yay, I'm glad you're all here. Somebody said they remembered and set an alarm. Remember, you can go to my website, and if you do sign up for my newsletter, on that page, if you scroll down just a little bit, there it allows you to sign up for texts. And I send out a text a half hour before I go live. So it's a good way to know. And I send out texts very, very, very rarely if there's like a sale that I don't want you to miss. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I did that. I'm very careful with it. Yeah, on Black Friday I will, but I really do not send many messages, and I don't give the number out, I promise. Safe with me. So if you want to sign up, that's the best way to get notified. Okay, so I'm using Altenew. They have a new release today. It's something I marked my calendar for this day because I knew there were a few products in this release that I was really excited about. One of them, I've been waiting for them to release for a very long time. And I'll show you all that. But when I told them I was going live, they had a special offer just for my friends. Can you put this up? Right now, through the 6th, you get $8 off orders of $79 and more or more. And the cool thing is, you use that code that's there. This is all at the top of my YouTube description. The cool thing is right now, they have free US shipping on orders of $29 or more. So if you spend $79, you get free US shipping and $8 off. Now, there's also a $10 off for international shipping. All of that is in the description below. So if you spend $29 or more, can you, on the live page, can you add the link list?
Okay.
Sorry, I'll add that to the live page. Working on it. So if you spend $29 or more, you get free US shipping. If you spend $79 or more, you get $8 off and free US shipping. So all of that's in the top of the YouTube description. Now, also at the top of the YouTube description is a link that has the word live in it. If you click that and go to another page, you can see all of these deals at the top, and then scroll down, you'll see thumbnails below that of the things I'm using. Makes it easy to find. Okay, so I know I know the things I'm doing today you could do with other products you likely have on hand, but if you are shopping, those are some great deals from Altenew. Can you come back to me? Sorry. I got him doing too many things over there. If you're already on that live page and you don't see the links on the bottom, just hit refresh. In a couple minutes, he's adding them now. My earrings, people are asking about my earrings. These are really old. I got them at Loft, Ann Taylor Loft. Oh, you're catching up on Sunday's live. Yeah, I've got man, these are dirty. I've got a lot of, I did 3 lives last week and I'm gonna do 3 this week. I will try to get a pre-recorded video in too, but I've been home, so I've been working. I will apologize now. We have work being done on the brick out back, and sometimes it gets loud, and I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. I'm hoping that they're done for the day. Okay, yay, I'm glad you're all here. Okay, so all that information is in the YouTube description below. Let me show you my favorite things from this new release, and then I have it narrowed down to a few products I'm going to let you choose from, and on what I use. I'm hoping I can do 2 cards. Hoping. Okay, so let me switch to overhead. So these are the things that that really caught my eye. I'm going to start with the thing that I've been waiting for. I teach classes often for like virtual events for Altenew, and a couple of years ago, this die set, this sentiment die set was in the class, and I've been waiting for them to release it for sale because I really like the look of these sentiments. I use their versatile greetings a lot, and it's nice to have something new. I really like the style of these. I think it's unique and I think it's beautiful, and I like the sentiments. One of my favorite, well, actually my top 2 most used greetings are in the set, Hugs and Take Care. There aren't many dies out there that say Take Care, but I do use the Take Care dies quite often. Concord and 9th has a big bold one, so I'm glad to have a different option. I also like the Appreciate You. So I really like the style of these, so I've been waiting for these to come out. And that was the first thing I was really excited about. So this is Stylish Greetings, and they are linked below in the YouTube description. Okay, the other thing that I was excited about, and I actually took to a craft retreat a few weeks ago and I never got to play with it. This large coral charm peony. It creates this, did it get dark in here on my camera? Oh, I don't have the, sorry, let me adjust this. Let me see if that works. There we go. Sorry, I had to set the white balance, or set the exposure. So this is the Coral Charm Peony, and it is a layering floral set that creates a nice big peony, and it's a keyhole system, so they're easy to line up. So this one I will definitely, I really want to use this one, but I'll let you guys help me decide. I love the layering in it. It's absolutely beautiful. So these were the 2 that I was most excited about. And I've actually already started die cutting these in hopes I have an idea with it, but you guys can help me decide too. Okay, another thing in this release that I thought was beautiful is this. It's unique. I thought this was unique. It's the Botanical Plaid. And what's neat about this is it can be used in a few different ways. So it's layering stencils, and there's a bunch in the set. So you can layer these together and get these roses. You see all those roses there? So you can use the roses alone and have a beautiful rose background, right? Or you can also use it with these stencils that create a plaid background around your roses. So let me show you. So there's all of these stencils. So it will create a plaid background around the roses with no white trim, right? So you can use the roses alone or with that plaid background. Or you could just do one of the plaid stencils and just have a striped background, okay? So I thought that was a fun, unique set. I love it because when companies have stencils like this that allow you to do the focal images and the background, it's one continuous thing, right? I really like that. Okay, then there is also a die that will cut out the rose. So if you just want to ink up the main rows there, you know, like this main rows and this main rows, and skip the stenciling or the plaid background, you can die cut it out. So many ways you can use this. So this was the other one I was thinking about using just because I thought it was clever. And I had an idea-ish. I have an idea how we could do that. I'm not sure. So that's the other thing that I was thinking about using. Then the other that I was excited about, and then I'll show you just a few other things. This is the Craft Your Life bundle for November. So you can sign up to be part of a subscription program with Altenew, and there's different types of subscription programs. Or you can just buy the bundle on its own. If you buy the bundle on its own, it's going to cost a little bit more than if you subscribe, but it's available, right? So this is the Craft Your Life bundle for November. It is called Zero Waste Honeycomb Haven. Yeah, it's called Honeycomb Haven is the name of the bundle. This is really great because what it does, let me show you. A lot of ways you can use this bundle, but of course what caught my attention, let's see if there's an image in here. Okay, it has these layering stencils that do like leaves, and then there's bees on it, and there's some daisies. And you can create a background like that one there, okay? Then, so you can just have a background like that. And then if you want to, after inking all that up, you can use the zero waste die that will cut out that background and cut out all of the flowers and bees and such from it. And that is what they call their zero waste dies because you get lots of die cuts from it. You could use the negative space around the stenciled background, or you can cut the background, use the background flat, whatever you want. And remember, there are this cute bee image. There's a few of them. So you could put those on another card, which maybe I'll put on my peonies. I don't know. So I like that it has those options. Also in that bundle is this stamp set that has lots of sentiments that work well with it. So you could also add some honey images onto that, or do like the honey image and have a bee on it. And then there's a honeycomb embossing folder. So the other thing that I was thinking about using is this zero waste, because I think you could do a beautiful, it looks kind of funny here because it has the die on it, but the background that you can create is really pretty. I think that's gorgeous. You could make it really soft, you can make it bold. Okay, so those are the ones that really caught my eye, but I wanted to just show you others that you might see me throw in here. This one was really pretty. This is the Climbing Clematis. There is the stencils and there's a die set. And these stencils create, is there a stamp set? Oh, there's a stamp set too. So you have the stamp that you can color how you want, or you can use the layering stencils to color in those images. So you can see what they look like colored in there, lots of detail. And I know over on the Altenew website, there's beautiful examples. But what thrilled me about this one are these little sentiments. I really like these tiny sentiments, and that there are dies that will cut those out. So keep shining, sending hugs, love you, hello, thank you with love, thinking of you. So you could do like a take care, and then underneath it put the sending hugs. You could put thankful and then put love you like right underneath it. So these team up nicely with other sentiments. So I might use a sentiment from there. Some other things that caught my eye. This is the Dancing Cosmos. The reason I wanted to show you this is I used Cosmo die cuts in my last release, and people loved the Cosmos. So I just thought I'd show you. They now have a layering stencil set. Let me show you what it looks like. Creates like a beautiful image like that. Isn't that cute? The bee is separate. The bee is a separate die set. But see those beautiful Cosmos that you can get? There's a layering guide in here, but this is what it creates. And there is also an embossing folder that lines up. So you can first do the embossing folder and then line up the stencils and ink them, and it'll give it that realistic look, okay? I don't have the embossing folder here. I don't plan on using this Dancing Cosmos today because I just used their Cosmo dies a couple weeks ago, but this is the Dancing Cosmos. I might use this on Black Friday. I don't know. I don't know. I probably will use this in the future though. This was also really unique. If you are one who wants something different than just, you know, florals, I love florals. This is Stencil Art Flourishing Vines. So it creates this vine background. Oop, there we go. My friend Gina's big into plants, and I think I should make something with that fun background. So it has those beautiful vine images, and you can see there's all of these stencils. So you can do all of the stencils. I mean, you can see the detail you can even add. And you can do that on a plain background, or you can also use the background stencil with it. So after you ink it, you could have your entire card covered. Does that make sense? So these stencils, they all come together, but these stencils line up to color all the vines. And then if you do this one, it colors the background around them without any white trim. And I thought that was really beautiful, really unique. And I could try to do something with that. I can also try to go live again. I don't know, because there's a lot in here that I like. So that's the Stencil Art Flourishing Vines. And then, let's see. These are just, I thought these were cute. So this is honoring Kirby. I believe this was Nicole's doggy. And I think he's super cute. And the reason I have it out is my grandpup kind of looks like that. And I think, see, look at, so I'm thinking about color. Sorry, I was reading that. I'm thinking about making her, Audrey a card with this. Nutmeg. Probably won't do it here. Yeah, my grandpup's name is Nutmeg. But look, the same coloring. Floppy ears, but I think it works just fine. So I have this one out for that. When Lila gets home from school, she might want to use this one.
The new inks should be in the ink swatches.
Okay, there are new inks. I'll show those in a minute, and we'll talk about the inks in just a minute. I saw some questions. Yeah, those are corgis. Okay, so this is Find Joy. If you like to make fast cards, this is a good option. The mother-daughter team, somebody was asking about, was Scrappy Tales. They've got a new holiday release coming that's really good. Okay, so this is Find Joy in Little Things. I think it's called Find Joy, yep. And it's stencils that create a frame, a simple frame with leaves and flowers. So you could use those by itself and put whatever you want in the inside. Or you can put this in the inside or put this separately. But it gives you a full card front that looks like this. So what I would do is probably do all of the outside frame with colors, and then that center image with like a shimmer relief paste from Altenew. So that's shiny and raised. But this is one that you can change up in many ways. Simple set. There's 4 stencils in it. But again, you can also use the frame by itself, which I think gives it even more versatility. And then finally, I just like this embossing folder. In case I need an embossing folder background, there you go. I thought that was sweet. It's called Crisscross Blooms. A lot of detail to that. That's like one of those that you can put on the background of a busy card and it won't distract too much. Anyway, so let's talk about this. What were some of the things that you all were intrigued by? Remember, there's this one that's the plaid roses. There is this one that is the layered peony. And there's the zero waste. Those were the ones I was thinking of for today. Let me know. Mike, why don't you put in the a poll? So we could do the Botanical Plaid. Mike's going to put a poll up at the top. The Botanical Plaid, which I don't think would take too long. This creates a whole background, and I'd probably make a unique window card with it. Botanical Plaid is the first. The Coral Charm Peony is the second choice. This one, I've already done the die cutting, and I'm thinking about making like a giant floral shaped card. And I've already done the die cutting for that.
Is the Honeycomb one an option?
Yes, and then the Honeycomb Haven is the third option. And that is the background. We can die cut it. So we have these 3. Mike is going to put a poll at the top.
Yep, there you
And I will, whatever I do, I'm going to incorporate these because I really like them. And let's see what you all say. I have started this one, so I probably will come back. If you guys don't vote for that one, I'll probably come back to that one, and then we can. I'm hoping. Let me say that again. I'm hoping to do the number 1 and number 2 that you guys vote for. So while you're voting for those 3 options, I did want to say there are new inks available. No matter what we do, I'll be using these today because I think this is one of the most beautiful colors. It is like the perfect periwinkle color. It's called Glacier Iris. Let me show you. It's just beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I just love those. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are sold separately or in a bundle of 4. It's light, medium, dark, extra dark. There's cubes and re-inkers. Then there's also a great, you know what? I have these. Here's the colors. So there's light, medium, dark, extra dark for the purples. Then there are these new greens, which I will definitely use because I really like the colors in this. So those 4, especially the Sage Stone and the Olive Groove, I like that. It's more of a eucalyptus shades. And then some beautiful browns. The reason I wanted, yes, there are cubes for this. There are minis. The reason I was excited about these browns is these would work really well with like a craft cardstock. Sometimes I have a hard time finding like the perfect craft cardstock color. Let me get a piece. And I feel like those would look nice with it. Like you could do a tone on tone. Oh, this is not craft. Where's my craft? Hold on. I gotta find a piece of, I'm moving my cardstock around. Where'd it go? I'll get Concordant wheat. Hang on. Here we go. See how those would go nicely with a piece of craft cardstock. Look at that. It's showing up a little bit pink on the camera, I think, but it's not. It's a nice brown. Nice brown. So those are the new ink colors. If you make your ink swatches like I do, Mike has already updated the ink swatch downloads over on my website, and those are free. And they have these new colors in it. Okay, so what do we have? What's first choice?
All right, I'll end the poll. First is the Peony.
Yeah?
And second choice is the Honeycomb.
Okay.
Like
I was going to do the Plaid. Okay, well, I will start with the Peony, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Let me get the Peony stuff out. So I did start die cutting it. One of the things, this is the Coral Charm Peony. One of the things I like that Altenew is doing is they now have, let me get a piece of white cardstock here. They now have their dies on this clear acetate piece with pieces of tape and the outline of the die. But the tape stays on the acetate instead of getting on the back of, staying on the back of your die, which bugs me, right? And then it doesn't, you don't tear paper, right? So once I'm done with it, I can put it right back there, and I know I've got them all because they all fit in the outline.
Somebody asked about how you prevent the round ink pads from sliding back in the organizers.
I will show that in just a minute. Let me finish this one. So I really like that they have this acetate that you can just put your dies on and they come off easily. Love this, that they do this. So I already cut 3 sets of peonies. All of these layer together to create a peony. I want to create 3 of them, okay? And you guys are going to help me choose a color. But first, I got my leaves here, and I've started this off screen. I have inked them up already super fast and sloppy. Super fast and sloppy. I inked them up with Sage Stone and Olive Grove. I think I might have said groove before. It's grove. I did just a really quick application. And now I'm going to come in with the Mossy Granite and just put some like at the inside edge. And you'll see I'm not doing much care here to blend. It's just about adding like a little bit of depth. Now normally I would like keep the dark only towards the base, but I'm going to go a little bit higher because I now that I think about it, a lot of these are going to be peeking out from the peonies. So I want that dark color to not be completely hidden. So I'm going to kind of go out. But you will also notice that the tips of the leaves, all the way at the tip, it's white. Like I kind of fade to white. And I find that gives me a nice highlight that makes your card kind of pop. That's one of the advantages of starting with white cardstock and inking them is you can leave the tips white. Another advantage of starting with white, all of the die cuts I'm doing on this card are white, is that you can save and not have to try to find cardstocks that match each other, you know, like a light, medium, dark, extra dark kind of thing. And also colored cardstock is generally more expensive than white cardstock, so it's another way to kind of save. Hi, welcome. I'm doing the Coral Charm Peony. Everybody voted. We're going to vote. So here, let me tell you what my vision, which could totally can, because it was in my head, and I've discovered that when they're in my head, about 50% of the time it works out really well, and 50% of the time it tanks. You usually don't see that because I do that all off screen, but today I'm doing it on screen, so you might see me tank. But I'm thinking of doing 3 peonies and making them a shaped card, okay? So I would have 3 big peonies on the front of my card, okay? Yes, so you can tell me what color should I do them. I'm thinking about doing them in the new periwinkle colors. Should I do all 3 periwinkle or do 3 different colors? Mike's going to do another poll. If you vote for 3 different colors, then we'll vote on what those colors are afterwards. So Mike's going to do a poll. Should they all be the purple or all 3 be different colors? Like maybe it's a pink, blue, and purple, or a yellow, purple, and pink. I don't know. We'll do that next. By the way, I'm cleaning this with water. Yes, it is ambitious, which is why I might not succeed. This is just water I put on here. I'm just kind of getting some of that green ink off. You never use rubbing alcohol on a grip mat because the grip mat's made of stamp material. I know you use a lot of cardstocks inks from different companies. Do you have any idea, do you have anything that shows inks and cardstocks that go together from different companies? Rhonda, that's something that I've wanted to do, but it's a giant project and constantly changing because companies keep coming out with more. I've been trying to think of a way to tackle that, but so far I have not been able to. I had a plan, but it's hard. So maybe. Oh, Gloria, the reason you don't see me tank often in videos is because I usually prep, like try some things ahead of time, but today I didn't. The only thing I did was die cut. Okay, all purple wins. But remember, if you want to do it differently, you definitely can. You could do each one different. Now, I wanted to show you the cool thing about Altenew keyhole dies. And every time I show this, people are blown away because it's brilliant. It's something that only Altenew does. I will talk about the sticky mat in just a moment. Okay, so look at here. Judy, I will be sharing ways to use pattern paper on Black Friday or Small Business Saturday, so stay tuned. And I have done pattern paper videos in the past. Okay, so the center of these dies, there is a keyhole cut. It cuts a keyhole. And it also presses into the center of the die cut a number. So you know what number die cut you have. So let me see if you can see in the camera. It's hard to see. But if you look right here, can you see? There, you can see it. See the 2 right there? So there's a hole and a 2. So I know that's the second layer. And I can just follow the guide. But you really don't even need the guide for this. Now, I know you can't see the numbers on the screen, so I'm just going to write them on there so you can see me and follow along. And I'm going to do the same thing 3 times. So this is 4. That was sloppy. Sticky mat that I'm on. Oh, okay. The sticky mat that I'm on, it is from Altenew. This is probably my most used grip mat. It's a sticky mat. It is nice, large size. You can see mine is well loved. I think it's one of my most used tools in my craft room. And I find that it has just the right amount of stick. There are lots of good options for grip mats out there. I think this one is on sale right now, but it's linked below if you want to find that. Okay, so those are the base, the layers of the flowers. Let me put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm gonna do fast inking. Okay, yeah, a sticky mat is very helpful. Do I have magnolia dies? Yes, Altenew has magnolia dies that are like this. They're wonderful. I don't know if I've used them in a video, but okay. I think I'm gonna start with a big blending brush. So this is Altenew large blending brush. I clearly have dark ink on the brush. So what I do, and I rarely do this, but I do 1 quick spritz of rubbing alcohol onto the bristles, and then that helps to get some of that color off onto a cloth. Now these cloths I just use until I feel like they're inky enough, and then I throw them in my laundry. Never had any problems. Okay, so let's see here. Let's start with the, I think I'm going to skip the lightest and go for the second one so that these are bold. Okay, so I'm going to start, I'm going to start like in the center and work my way out. So this is just going to, no, you know what? I want the smaller brush. That way I can control it a bit more. Okay, so this is Glacier Iris. I'm going to start in the center and kind of fade my way out to the tip. And this will take me a little bit, but I can answer questions while I do it. And I am going to keep those tips, oh, why did I do that? I'm going to keep those tips of the flowers white for that bit of highlight. Now, I do, as I'm doing this, I do want to say that there are ways you can really control the blending and do beautiful blends. Like, I don't know, if you watch JC Gaspar, oh man, the way he blends inks on these flowers is outstanding. I'm just going for quick. Pattern paper. So while I do this, you know what? I'll probably change my mind on some of these, but let's just keep going. Pattern paper. I'm going to go back to that because I see another question about it. I plan to do a video or do a live on Small Business Saturday. I'm going live all day. I think it's from 10 to 9, 9 to 9. I don't know what hours. All day on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. Last year I did Black Friday. This year I'm going to do Small Business Saturday too. Now, on Small Business Saturday, I do have plans to do a video where I talk about pattern papers. Now, I have done pattern paper videos in the past. I don't know, Mike, can you go back to the regular comments? I'm wondering if Brianne shared any of those. It's going to take me a while to do 3 of these at this rate. There. Oh, look at Brianne is on it. Brianne already put in the chat the link to the pattern paper video, one of the pattern paper videos I did. And then she also linked to JC, who does great inking of flowers. Okay, so I just did that to all of them, but now that I've got those done, I'm thinking I want the bottom layer to be darker. So I'm going to come in with the Dreamy Periwinkle. What do I do with retired stamp sets and products? I will put big boxes together of used products, and then I will sell them with the money going to a charity. So every Thanksgiving, so I'll do it again this year, I put up a blog post saying, if this year, if you are interested in getting a big box of craft supplies in exchange for a donation to a charity, then I'll set I'll send it to you. So the way it works is, if you're interested, it's hard to explain, but the post on Thanksgiving will explain it. If you are interested, you just leave a comment, and whenever I have a box of products available, I will go to that post and randomly pick somebody, and I will email them and say, hey, I've got a box available. Would you like it? And you can say yes or no. And then you make the donation, and I send you the box, and it has tons of products in it. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. I don't want to glue them yet because I want the ink to dry a little bit before I glue them. But you'll see how they will layer together and create a beautiful peony. So I'm just going to put them aside and do my next flower, because remember, I'm doing so many here. Okay, was there another question? Is this the November craft of flower? Yes, this is the November craft of flower. So once again, I've got 1, putting the numbers on here, because remember, it engraves the numbers, but you can't see them. 4. Now, if I were really smart, like if I would have planned, this is the kind of stuff I said I normally think about ahead of time, I would have done the first layer of all of them, the second layer of all of them, but you know. So yeah, as far as the boxes, every Thanksgiving I do a new post, and all you have to do is leave a comment, and if box is available, why'd I do 2 3s? This one is, what was this one? I wrote the wrong number down. If a box becomes available, I contact you. This is 5. Can't even see that. Okay. It's just, I don't want to sell for money for myself, because some of those products I received for free from companies, and that's not right to get money from them when a company gave them to me. I don't receive product as payment. I receive product, and they're kind of hoping that I use it and feature it. So it's not right for me to make money from that. So instead, I just do it for charity. And then it's a win-win. Somebody gets product for a good price, and a charity is helped, and I clear out some room for new stuff. You notice I'm not inking it the same order I did last time. I'm trying to save time. Normally I would probably put a little more effort into this, but I think you're going to get the gist. How much do the boxes go for? I was doing 100 for a while. I think I might go up to 150.
We were at 125.
125.
Shipping keeps going up. Yeah,
I'm thinking we'll probably raise it just a little bit, because it's, hundreds of dollars of products. And so I feel like it could get some more, I don't know, do some more good. Okay, so this time I'm going to do a little more of this. Hey there. Hang on just a second. Does Lila have homework?
No.
Good.
And she was the only one in her class to figure out how to do one of the worksheets in math, so she's feeling really
Oh, good.
tomorrow. She had to teach her table how to do it.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm not doing excellent blending here. You know what? I don't think I have my normal cardstock here. This looks different. This looks like a coated cardstock. I think I grabbed the wrong cardstock. I wonder what this is. All right, so just...
You made a mistake.
Yeah, see? This is what happens. So I don't know that these are all going to dry looking the same, because I'm kind of doing it quickly, but it's okay. Why do you put so much ink in the centers that get covered by another piece? Because some of it will peek out. But you're right, there are so many layers to this flower that chances are you won't see those centers. So I probably shouldn't bother, but whatever. Yeah, normally the flowers don't have this many layers, but this does. Do you post what charity is going for? Yeah, the charity will sometimes change. Like right now, I'd probably do like Feed America kind of thing. But yeah, it'll change. And sometimes if somebody is like really passionate about a particular thing, you know, we'll do that. And what we'll do is you make the donation and send me like an email receipt to prove that you did. Sometimes I will ask for money here so that because sometimes I help kids go to camp. Yeah, I'm kind of winging this here. This is more about how the flowers go together and then turning them into a card that in my head looks really cool. But I don't know. Yeah, so I do want to say that I should put some glacier in there. The code for $8 off is for a few days, but the free shipping ends sooner because the code for $8 off is exclusive to me, but the free shipping is it's just a normal free shipping deal that they have. So it ends sooner than mine. But if you're in the US and you spend $79 or more, you will get $8 off and free US shipping. Does your cleaning cloth get stuck in stencil pieces? No, this one doesn't because it's not like a microfiber. It doesn't have little like nubbies on it. I think it's a baby washcloth. I think that's what it is. But I love them. I have some microfiber ones too, but I've since read that microfiber cloths aren't great to be using, so I don't use them as much anymore. Hello, I'm glad you're here. Oh, Brian just put a link to the Crafty goodie box for this year. I'll be doing a new post on Thanksgiving, but you can go read about it and then watch out for it on Thanksgiving. Yes, be sure to use my code at checkout to get the $8 off because that's how they know. You don't want to have to call them and bother them. These are good enough. Okay. So now, move these to the side. Doobie-doo. There are also, I'm going to let those dry a little bit longer. Let me clean this. Again, I'm using water to clean this. I do not use rubbing alcohol on this. Yeah, it's a baby washcloth. Who said that? Marlene, I'm curious, do you like these too? If you bought the same ones, I'm wondering if you like them. Microfiber cloths put plastic in the little microplastics in the water. Let's see, are there any questions, Mike? I'm going to do the centers. Uh-oh, what happened? Let's see.
A lot of these.
Does your, no, okay, what do you, I answered most of those.
Yeah, I think most of these.
If you have another question, go ahead and ask me. I will answer them while I do the flower centers. And really the flower centers here, this would be pretty from gold cardstock, but I didn't do that. We'll probably do, let me look. I want to see what the center of a peony looks like. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, let me go for bright. Oh, good. So people are saying they like those cleaning cloths. Yay. I'm glad because I'm always afraid. I use the one Jennifer uses. Love those. Good, good. Good, good. Like a stamp chamois is also a great option. Lawn Fawn has one and Gina has one. The reason I don't use those is I do a lot of crafting and I feel like I was constantly having to make sure it didn't dry out or whatever. I don't know. I found a dry cloth and like a mist bottle really good for me. Hi, Callie. I am on a purple kick because these new colors are so pretty. My favorite is this one here. This is the Glacier Iris. You don't see it as much in the flowers I made, but that's okay. And then, oh, I forgot these little guys. These are like the little petals that turn up. And then, uh-oh, I hear dogs. Hey, Ken. Thank you. All right. All right. I forgot to do one of these. Yeah, microfiber. I didn't know that about microfiber, and now I do. Live and learn. Just trying to do better. Okay, so there are these little turned up things I should have done before, but I didn't think about it. And then these are for the centers. I'll make these purple too. I don't know if they should be, but that's what I'm doing. All right. Let me look at the picture. Hang on. Okay. Lots of layers. I may not do all the layers in the center. I don't always do them all, but you can skip if you want. The time change is rough, isn't it? All right. I'm going to show you how this works. Just give me a minute. I should have done these ahead of time, but I just didn't have time. Favorite pick tool. I like the ones with the wax tip. So Gina K has one. Altenew has one. The one, it might be on sale at Altenew. I'm not sure. But I do think that it's like one of the most important tools to have. I feel like I'm missing one of these. I am missing one, but I only need 3. Yeah, no, I have 3. I'm losing it. So any of them that have this wax tip. The thing, though, you got to be careful with. Who was just in here?
Nobody.
Was that Cammie? I thought.
Tammy was just in.
Okay. The thing with these is the wax tip is very fragile, so you just got to be careful with it. But they come with the lid. I throw the lids away, but you could use that to help. Oop, that one got dirty. I didn't clean my mat good enough. Oh well. What was I talking about? I was talking about something, and now I can't remember. Somebody tell me, what was I talking about? Oh, the wax tip. Be careful with the wax tip. But you can buy replacements. But I really do like it better than the other options out there. Yeah, they do look like little skulls, don't they? I think I'm going to do those in like this. I'm going to do it in the ginger root. We'll see. And if it doesn't work, I can always change it. See how careful I am with coloring these? Okay. Wax tips. Thank you. I am. Can you link to the envelopes you use to mail cards with more layers or embellishments? I use rigid mailers usually when there's, extra to it, or I use a bubble mailer. I use one or the other. But that is, I'll see if maybe Mike can add that to the supply list. Lawn Fawn has one. A lot of people have those. Okay, so now I have my 3 flowers, and we're going to glue them together. You can follow the guide, but here's the thing. It has that keyhole shape. So you know what? I'm going to do it on a piece of cardstock so you can see. See, there's a keyhole there? Watch how easy this is. I like to put liquid glue around the keyhole, and that was number 1. Now I've got number 2, and I'll put that on it. And if you need help lining it up, you can put your piercing tool. But see how you still see the keyhole opening? Then around that, number 3, line up the keyhole shape. Around that, guess what? 4. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so pretty. Number 5. And if you wanted to save time, you don't even have to do all these layers. I mean, it's so full as is. Look at that, so pretty. And then 6. So there is a keyhole that a keyhole that goes all the way through all of those die cuts. See, I can put my piercing tool through it. And because I lined up those keyhole, the keyhole on each, look at how it arranges that beautiful peony without me having to think. Now, there's also these that can go in the center. So I'm going to put, and there's a keyhole on those. And I'm sure there's numbers, but I don't think it really matters which one. And again, they show you the order here, but you don't need to follow that. Look at that. Wow, that's cool. And then I'll add the centers in a moment. There are also these little bits that don't line up with the keyhole that you can add like onto the petals, just following the picture. I don't really feel like you need to add those. They make it look kind of turned up. I don't really feel like you have to have those because, oop, I did the wrong one there. Because it has so much interest already, but if you're really trying to make that perfect flower, there we go. And then over here. Now, here's the thing. My inks are really wet still, right? So it doesn't want to glue very well right now, and that's why you see some of them like picking up. But look at that. Okay, then next, there's another keyhole. And again, you can skip some of these. So it's this little one that I didn't ink, but I line up the keyhole, and then the inked one goes on top to cover up the keyhole so nobody ever sees it. So that gets glued right on top. And then there are these little funky things. There's 2 layers. I don't know that I'll do both, but I might as well. So I'll put glue on that. And it goes with that. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Looking at this, I would probably go more bold in the centers of my flowers next time. But once it's dry, oh my gosh. Okay. Once it's dry, I can kind of pull up the petals. But look at that. Look at all that detail. Trying to sign up for your blog and it doesn't let me. I don't think my emails are getting to you. Show error and get resolved. You can email Mike at jennifermaguireinc.com, and the ink is INK. Okay, so let's do the next ones. Yeah, these inks are available in cubes too. Let me put this under here so I can see and you can see how fast these go together. So once I've done one, the rest will make more sense. These large flowers would be really nice to do like pinks towards the center and then a little yellow on the outside tip. Like I could come in with a different shade of blue and put a little bit on the tip of the leaf, but I'm going to leave it that white. But I like that these are big enough that you could do that if you wanted to. And again, you can skip some of these layers. You can also, I'll show you with the next one, you can skip some of the back layers and have a smaller peony from it, which I might do with the next one, in fact. All right, there's those. Now there's one that goes here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty that is. One that goes here. I just looking at this, but again, you could skip these if you wanted to. Yeah, these are, I'm with you. Who said they like puzzles? Alma, I'm the same. I enjoy puzzles too, and that's really what these are. Yes, Altenew comes up with great instructions. If you didn't see my last Altenew live, I did lantana. If you know what lantana are, tiny little flowers, and it came with a really cool variation of the keyhole system. And you got to see it. They were wonderful. They do have ink. Altenew does have ink bundles. What you do, you can get a bundle of the cubes or a bundle of the inks. Oops, oops, oops. Hang on, let me find, where's my other purple? So you can get the bundle of 4 purples together, or you can get them separately, or you can get a bundle of the cubes, and then there's also the reinkers. So they do give different options based on what you like to do. Cubes are always great too. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. Oh, somebody retired. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice, Mike? Gonna be a while. All right, there we go. There's that one. So now we have 2, and I think the last one, I'm putting a magnet on it. Can you scroll? That I work on a glass magnetic work surface, and that heavy magnet holds them together because I only used a little glue and the ink was wet. Okay. Yes, these Altenew inks are wonderful. I think most people love them. So I'm thinking for my third peony, I'm going to try to skip the back 3 layers. So 1, 2, and 3. And let's see what happens. So this should be 4. This is 4. It might be a little too thin. I might have to add 1 on it. But see how I'm just lining up the keyhole in the center. Look at that. Yeah, I think I need 1 more. I mean, you could, but I think I want 1 more. So I'll put 1 more back there. And here's the thing, for this one, I don't even have to line up the keyhole. I can do whatever. I'm going to turn it just a bit so that you don't see through the petals. I'm just going to rotate it. So you don't have to follow the keyhole if you want to change it up. So now I'll see how I end up with a smaller, I'm going to skip the back 2. So I skipped layer 1 and 2, and I end up with a slightly smaller peony, which is nice. Change it up a bit. Yeah, I had thought about retiring, but things have changed and that won't be happening. And I have to say, my husband retired early. It was always his goal, and it's not always the easiest for some people. He has struggled. I have decided that I want to keep doing this because I love it, and I love the people I work with. I don't want to lose any of those people. I just am making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to be doing, like going to visit my grandbaby that will be coming. Okay, so there we go. Almost done. And then we're going to see if my idea works. I love your live. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be a grandmom. Yeah, some people love being retired. Some people struggle with it. Apparently men struggle with it the most. I don't know. I would just craft all day, which is kind of what I do anyways. Okay, so there are my 3 peonies. Look at those. Okay, now I gotta figure out, I wanna make this a shaped card. Let's see how that would work. So I'm thinking, so this is my guide. This is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock. My second oldest stepdaughter is having a baby. Colin and Lila are not having babies. I don't know what my grandma, my stepdaughter calls me mom. So right now they call me grandmom, but I don't know what the baby will say. I don't know. Whatever he wants to call me. All right, here we go. I'm thinking, so this is a guide, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm thinking that would be a guide to arrange these, but then I will, and I'll fill in with leaves. See, Rosalind said hi from Pa. Every time she says that, I love it because that's what my dad went by. We still call him to this day, Pa.
He'd be watching.
Yeah, he's watching. Okay. Yeah, some people struggle. Okay, so this is what I'm going to try doing. I'm going to cut this. This is a top folding note card. Right now it's 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut it down to be 3 3/4 by 5. So it's a little bit smaller. That way the flowers can kind of hang off of it. All right, here we go. We're going to give this a try. Forgive me if it doesn't work. So the first one, but here, let me do something else. I'm going to put, so let me review this again. This is 3 3/4 by 5. This piece here is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to keep it behind it as a little bit of a guide. I don't want my flowers going past the purple, but I want to hide the white note card. So I'm going to start with the first peony. This guy here. Put a big glob of glue. And I'm going to put this so it's glued to the white note card, but it's hanging off. Let me turn it some. Let's make it go a little bit. Yeah, so see how it's hanging off the bottom, and see how 2 petals line up with that purple? That will be a flat spot for this card to stand on. So just stick with me. Now I want a second peony up here, and I'm going to kind of turn it like to be a little bit more this way. We'll have it, but I don't want it to go off the side. So I'm trying to stay in that purple range so that it fits into an envelope. And then this guy is going to go up here. So, and this guy will go, I think I kind of tuck them inside of each other a little bit. And this guy will go to the top. Okay. There we go. So there's 3. Maybe I'll go a little bit like that, and I'll put a leaf over here. Okay, so now I've got my 3. Those are so pretty. Dang. Oh, wow. Okay, now let's fill her in. I want to cover up all the white. If I have to trim some of the white off, I will. I'm going to take a leaf here, give it a little haircut so it's a bit smaller. Ooh. Put glue on the back of it. I'm going to slide it in under this guy so that it comes out the bottom corner. Now watch. I'm going to make it so that see how these petals are right on the bottom? This leaf goes there, so that I'm going to start to have a place where this card can stand up. So that covers up that corner. Then we need some bad boys over here. We'll need a few things here. So let's just start. I'm going to start by filling in these nooks here. Got lots of leaves. Yeah, the flowers do look real, don't they? That's the thing I like about these Craft-A-Flower. That's what, okay, let me rephrase all that. These are the Craft-A-Flower from Altenew. Sorry, see, this is what happens when I don't plan alive and I kind of wing it. I have a hard time talking sometimes. These are the Craft-A-Flower from Altenew. Most of them have these keyhole that helps in lining them up nicely, right? Lining the layers up, which makes it super easy. And I don't know if anybody is still here from Altenew that can say it, but I think all of the Craft-A-Flowers now have a keyhole system. So the cool thing about the Craft-A-Flower is it's something that you can subscribe to. So if you really like these, you can subscribe and you'll get anytime or every month, Altenew will come out with a new Craft-A-Flower like this, and you get it to your mailbox at a savings. There's one caught in here. And I always like them. I tend to use them a lot. Not tucked in too far. Let's see. No. See, this is where Jennifer overthinks. But really all I'm trying to do is stuff flower or petals back in there, leaves back in there, and cover up all the white. My goal is to have no white showing. So I'm getting there. Okay, so I've gotten that corner. Let's do this corner up here. Let's do another one of these big mamas. Okay, so yes, the Craft-A-Flower for the last couple years have been keyhole systems. They do have keyholes in non-floral images too. If you go to the Altenew website and search on keyhole, a bunch of options will come up. Look at that. So see, I covered up there. Now let's put one under here. Instead of using scissors for a lot of these, I just tear them with my fingers. It's just as easy. That's too big. Let's see if Mike's coming back. What camera are you using to record over the table? It is some sort of Canon. Mike, what kind of camera do I have above me? Somebody wants to know. I don't know what it is. It's a Canon. It's old. It's whatever. I think Kathy Zilski has something on her blog that says the kind of camera she uses, and I use the same one, I think. Okay. There we go. All right, now let's do some more. Oh, yeah, Nicole is here from Altenew. I think there's two people here from Altenew. Nicole, who's in California, and then Jelly. I don't know where Jelly lives, but I love her name, and I want that name. So much cooler than Jennifer. My parents weren't very clever. Everybody the year I was born was named Jennifer, it seemed. Everybody the year Mike was born was named Mike. Okay, so now this one here, I want to kind of reach the bottom so that they can stand there. Everything else doesn't matter as much, but that down there is important. Okay. Shadow box. Yeah, you can make a shadow box with one of these. That would be fun. Is Callie still here? She made me a big floral thing once. It's hanging up over there. It's beautiful. Yes, you can use, see, now here's the thing. You can use this peony to make cards and to make like a framed gift that you give to somebody for Christmas. And see how I'm going here? And then you get more value out of it, right? Right, Mike?
Yep.
That's the way I look at it. Okay, so I'm holding it. So again, this purple behind here is just so as a guide to make sure that I stay within what fits in an envelope. I could go bigger. I could spend a lot less time lining these up and put it in a bigger envelope. But I do want down here to end up, see how these are all kind of lined up along the bottom here? That's so that the card can stand up. It needs something to stand on. And then let's do a little leaf under here. One last one here. I agree with that philosophy. See, it's crafter's math. Don't confuse crafter's math with crafter math. Crafter math is the mess you have when you're done creating. Crafter's math is where you justify buying supplies because you can make gifts out of them. Okay, so now I'm going to hang over a bit and just put it in a bigger envelope, I think. I could keep staying within it, but I like the idea of a bigger envelope. I'll just do like a A6 or 5x7 envelope. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, last corner. Maybe I'm not. Maybe not. Hang on. Are there any questions? Okay. There we go. I'll do that one instead. Oh, I get to see. That kind of curls up there. And then back to the top. Let's go like this one up here. Yeah, this will still fit in an envelope. See all the overthinking I do? Does Tim Holtz trimmer you're using have a raised lip stopper along the bottom? Yes. Yes, that's why I like it. It has one along the top and one along the bottom, which is of grand importance to me. I don't like when there is no lip on the top and the bottom of the trimmer. I know that's weird, but that's the way I look at it. Did Lila use a kit for the stuffed goat I showed? Lila does not do kits with her crocheting. She follows patterns, and she will buy a pattern like on Etsy and use that until over and over and over. It's great. You can also get some free patterns, but we both like supporting the artists who come up with the patterns. All right, there we go. It worked, Mike, it worked.
Yes.
That was stressful. Okay, I've got lots of leaves left over. I can make another one. So look at that. So see how you don't see the white note card anymore? And because I made those all like line up down there, it stands up nicely. And then, where's mine? This is what I'll probably do right there. Oh yeah. It's like it was made for it. Now, I did go not put a whole lot of adhesive behind some of that. So what I could do is just take the fine tip of my bottle and just go in between the layers and squeeze a little more adhesive if it feels loose. But I think it'll be fine. You can also like pull some of the petals up and squeeze like a big glob of glue underneath it. The centers, I didn't put much glue. You could put like little foam squares under some of the petals so they curl up if you want. Or you can put a big glob of glue underneath it and then it'll dry with a bit of dimension. So you can pull up your little petals some if you want to. This is still wet because when you use liquid adhesive on really, okay, if you put a lot of ink onto cardstock, it's going to be wet for a little bit, right? And if you put liquid adhesive on it while that ink's still wet, it won't want to dry very quickly. Okay, look at that. That was fun. Can you show us a side view so we can see the dimension? There's the dimension. See? So this one, it'll fit in an A2 envelope, but I probably would put it in an A6 just so it's got a little more room, but you definitely could. Yeah, Kathy, if you go over to the live page, there's a link that has the word live in it at the top of my YouTube description. If you go to that page and scroll down, you'll see a picture, a thumbnail of the trimmer, and it's linked there. But there is a lip at the bottom and at the top. Not all of them have that. All right. So there we go. That is the Coral Charm Peony, the Stylish Greetings, and the new purple and green inks. Pretty much. That was fun. Yeah. And now see, if you just put a white envelope with this, it would be kind of boring. If you put a purple envelope with it, it'll make it pop. So the idea I just did there with the shaped card, basically you just make a smaller card, but put the full size card behind it as a guide. So you don't have to have these flowers. You could use any die cuts. Just put them all, arrange them all together into kind of a rectangle, and you just have a smaller card behind it. And that way it looks like a shaped card and it stands up nicely on display. I will say, if you're doing this kind of card, it needs to be a top folding. The side folding wouldn't work nearly as well. Okay, so top folding is better. Or if you do side folding, you can send it with an easel. I don't have my easels out here. Spellbinders has a die that makes a paper easel that you can mail with the card, and that would work really well too. All right, that's the Peony. Goodness, I knew that I'd love that set. Okay, they wanted zero waste next, right? The bee?
Yep.
All right, you all voted for the bee one next. I think I'm going to do it in 2 ways. How am I doing on time?
4:15.
Oh, man. That was a labor of love. But think about it. Between the die cutting I did ahead of time and that was like an hour and 15 minutes. That's not a lot for a card. At least for me. At least for me. You could have spent a lot more time getting really beautiful, realistic flowers. Like JC, I bet he would rock this. But I didn't want to spend a lot of time in a live. Okay. This is the Craft Your Life. It is the Honeycomb Haven. And people were interested in the zero waste. So let's do the zero waste. I'm going to do it 2 times because I want to show you cut out and not cut out. Okay. If you're interested in receiving a card from me, there are 2 ways you can receive a card from me. Well, no, there's Okay, there are two ways. One is at the end of my lives, I do a giveaway, at least one. Today I have 3, I think. And whenever we send those out, we put a card in it. Then also, if you're in my Facebook group, Brianne can put a link for that if she's still here. There is a document, like a form you can fill out, and every once in a while I randomly go in and send cards to people on that list. I just sent some the other day. And by I mean Mike. I do the card. He takes them to the post office because we both do not like going to the post office. So unfortunately he wins that job. Sometimes I go. Okay, so there are 4 stencils in this. This is a bundle. And the stencils, let's do the stencils. I guess I should go in the order that the stencils say. So the stencils are numbered. Let's go with number 1 first. Now I work on the grippy mat here, the sticky mat, even though my stencil's not touching it to hold it, just because I am used to having that under there. So I'm lining up the stencil in the corner of my cardstock each time. I feel like that's easiest. And I just use my heavyweight magnets from Glassboard Studio to hold it in place. And because I'm working on a glass magnetic work surface. So this is the glass magnetic work surface and the magnets are from Glassboard Studio. There's a link below and a 15% off code. Okay, I'm deciding. I'm going to stick with that bluish purple color because I liked it so much. I hope that's okay. And then you can help me decide what to do with this. Okay, where did that brush go? All right. Yeah, Ken's been known to have to go to the post office too. Okay, I'm going to do, let's see. So we have, let's look at that. So we have little flowers, big flowers. I'm going to do multiple colors because I like to be difficult. I'm going to do these like this, Glacier Iris. I'm doing heavy at the center, fade to lighter at the tips. So I'm just doing those. And then I will come in a little heavier on some of those than the others, but whatever. Let's come in with a little bit of the super dark at the center, the darker at the center. Okay. So then we have the bees. Bees. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm doing those purple flowers. What color should I do these little other flowers on it? Should I do those purple too? Right now I'm doing the bee. So this is the base of the bee. Buzz, buzz. What should I do my littles? Flowers. Maybe I'll do some of them as purples. And I'll do some yellow flowers. Let's do some creamy colored flowers. Hang on. Buttercream. Buttercream is a great light yellow. Oh, pink. Oh, pink. Didn't see that coming, but I'll do pink. Let's do pink. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with pink diamond. It's a good pink. I'm going to go with like a lighter pink. And I'll do, let's see. I'll do the bigger flowers in the pink. This is a micro blending brush. This one here is mini. This one's micro. And this is good for those smaller images so that I can get a little bit darker at the center and fade out. Again, I'm not spending a lot of time blending here because I just want to be able to do a few things here. All right, so those, and then I think I'll do, because we have yellow, do some, I'm gonna do some, I'm gonna do like purpley purple, like more of a pinkish purple. Why not? So this is Deep Iris, which is really dark. I'm not going to go that dark. So what I do, ink it up and then dab off lots of it. You could even dab it off to the side. And I'll do these little flowers like that. It's like a candy purple.
So apparently it's the inkstand's 5th anniversary.
Brianne, today is the 5th anniversary of the inkstand. That's the tool I'm using here that holds my ink still. That black tool, I use it every time I craft. And it's 5 years old today. Goodness, that seems like... Oh, so we should give some away today. Let's do that. Good thinking, Mike. I think I'll do some yellow flowers too. Yeah, Altenew inks are great. Okay, so I'll do buttercream on these. This is more of a muted yellow than what I did on the butterflies. I'm not doing a great job inking here, but no, you could have done that all one color. So that's stencil number 1. Stencil number 2, I'm going to still line up in the corner, but what you could do is there's etched lines. There's etching on the stencil, and like here is the etched outline of this flower, and you would just line it up. But since I have the corner, I'm lining up in the corner each time. So let's see, I'll put that one down. I can also line up the center of those flowers. All right, so this one, it's the little, oh, it makes it look like a spider. Okay, we don't want spiders. Christina will freak. I'm gonna do a darker brown at the center of my flowers. Yeah, the inkstand, so for a while they were whites, and now you can get them in the black, which I love. I've switched over to the black. I think I'm gonna do this brownish color for the legs. Well, no, I'll do like a gray. I will do Industrial Diamond, which is a nice gray. It is a great product. So that's for the bee. It's starting to look like a creepy crawly, but he'll look cute after we're done with him. Okay, so there are the bees. Now we have all those little flower centers, which I'm going to, again, do in ginger root. It is a great bee background, isn't it? So these go in the centers. These flower centers would be lovely in like a gold shimmer paste, like Altenew's Shimmer Relief Paste, which are my favorites. But it's hard to use in a live because it takes a while to dry. Okay, so there's stencil 2. I was going to make 2 at once, but I'm not. Okay, stencil 3. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Mind-blowing. Okay. Stencil 3. All right, let's think here. Okay, so I'm going to do Industrial Diamond again for the stripes on the bee. You could do black, or you could do brown. You could do whatever you wanted. But, oh, okay. Okay, I see what it's going to do. Do-do-do. Trying to get up there. Okay. Then these are little hexagons in the background, and also some shading on my little flowers. So I'll do both. Are there any questions? Am I going to cut this out? That's the question. I was going to do multiples so that I had some to cut out and some to, like, I could cut out one but not the other, but I only did one. So we'll vote. We will vote what we're going to do. Okay, next, the flower centers. I did Pink Diamond. So I'm going to come in with the next color in that little family. Pink Diamond is followed by Pinkalicious, which is a great pink color. So I'll just put that on there. All right. Then there are, as I mentioned, these little honeycombs in the background. I think I'm going to do those in a, I want those like in a light gray color. I think I'll use, where's Morning Frost? Morning Frost is like a lightish, it's a light gray with a touch of like a little bit of a green tint to it. You could do yellow for these, but I don't want to introduce more colors. So I feel like that neutrally color in the background will be nice. And I'm going to use it on the wings, which is a light gray for the wings. And then for that. Okay, Mike, are there questions?
Let's see. Hopefully somebody asked, where do you sign up for cards once on Facebook? Hopefully Brianne gave a link to that.
Yeah, Bree, if you go to the Facebook group and just, I think if you just ask there, Brianne probably would put a link to it. But if you join the group, you got to answer some questions because we don't want any turds in the pool. But if you answer them, they're easy. They're just crafting questions. So we know you're a crafter. You can join the group, and it's an all positive group. All positive, and there's a place in there to do it. Okay. Oh, look at that.
About to go.
Oh, have fun. Okay, next.
All of the contractors are gone.
Yeah?
Dogs have been out and fed. I'm going to put them in their cages.
Okay.
And Lila is ready for tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll get her in the morning.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Last stencil. Thank you. Last stencil is more wings. Let's put some wings on here. I should have done a brighter gray instead of a green gray for the wings. Like a more of a bluish gray, but you live and learn. All right, next is, let's do green leaves. I'm gonna go with, I want happier colors. So I'm gonna do limeade and swamp green. Those are funny names. They don't sound like they go together, but they will. Okay, question. Does anyone, I don't know, okay, somebody said they just got here. I'm using Altenew's new release. I've been doing a lot of older products, so I thought it'd be fun to do something new. So Altenew is offering my viewers $8 off orders of $79 or more. And they also happen to be offering right now free shipping in the US with orders of $29 or more. So if you spend $79, you get free US shipping and $8 off. If you're international, there is a code for that to save some money on shipping. So this is swamp green. I'm going to put that more towards the center of these leaves and keeping the tips lighter. See how I just kind of go in the center? It just adds a little interest. I am taking a lot of time to do this. Let me tell you, you could instead just do green over all this stencil and it'll look great. It'll look like on the packaging. It's wonderful, but I'm decided to make things complicated. I'm good at that, aren't I, Mike? Okay. Shadow. I want a little dark gray at the center, or dark brown at the centers of these. Wow. I put that on heavy, but that's okay. That's it. Okay, here we go. Look at that. You know what? This would be pretty if all of it was done in one color for like a tone-on-tone background. I'll hold it up. Hold on. I've got an ink mess going on here. I love these inks because they stack and the lids stay on. Okay, let me show you it. So, look at that. Look at that. Okay, let me trim it down. To show you what it could look like if you just left it as a background, right? It's a big background. You could probably get 2 panels out of this, but there's that. Look at that. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. I don't want to cut it. Do I have to cut it? Okay. That's great. But next, let me show you the zero waste thing. And before I cut it, I'm going to show you something else you can do. I'm going to walk back and forth a few times here. Hang on. Let me see. I think, no, that's too dark. Hang on. I'm looking for cards. Yeah, that's too dark. I'm going to grab a piece of like cream colored cardstock. This is Alabaster from Spellbinders. Just bear with me. I'm going to show you something you can do here. You don't have to do this, but this is another way to use this before I cut that up, because it's going to cause me to panic a bit. Yeah, people, I'll let you guys vote, but I want to show you something we could do here. I'm going to take, this is the zero waste. This is part of the same bundle. If you like the zero waste where it cuts a bunch of things, I've used their zero waste many times before. Oh, see, it's got the clear. So look at how it just came right off. I've used the zero waste many times in videos. So if you go to my blog and search on zero waste, you'll see some other Altenew zero waste products. Or you can go to Altenew and search on it too. The bees are cute. This guy's so cute. There. Okay. So this is the zero waste die that lines up with it. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Put this in here just in case it... this is the zero waste die that goes with it. I'm just cutting it from a light cream cardstock. It's Alabaster from Spellbinders. Okay. Yeah, but here's the thing. You have the option. You could do it either way. So when I cut this, I have all these little flowers, right? But I'm not using them now. So they're getting thrown on the floor here because I don't have time to use them. Sorry. Oh, Bran just put zero waste blog posts. A link to it in the chat. So you can check that out. Okay. So this is something you could do with the zero waste die. Now this is obviously big, so you could trim things down. But you could take the negative space and lay it over. Now, it's not going to be flat here, but you can get an idea. And look at how it gives like, see how it, so the images are kind of set, it needs to be glued flat, but see how the images are set back in it? And it's cream color just for a little bit of contrast. Isn't that fun? So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is like have a piece of acetate behind this and make it like a shaker window and it floats above it. But I think it would be beautiful, like adding that to the background. So you see how it's got, can you tell? Because it needs to be glued flat to really tell. But I think that looks really cool. So that's another thing you could do. You could stack a few of these so that there's even more dimension. But that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is line this up and it'll cut everything out. And you will have individual die cuts. You will have all of these things that you see here. All of these hexagons, these flowers, the bees, the daisy. It would cut those out. But I don't know if I want to cut it. Because if I cut it, I would have to arrange it. Let me tell you something else before I give you an idea. Another thing that you can do is I can cut this out, right? Glue this negative space onto a piece of paper and inlay those pieces. So you have inlay, which would be really fun too. And you don't have to inlay all the pieces. So I'm going to let you guys vote. Oof. Should I leave this? Should I glue the overlay? So Mike, first choice is leave it plain, flat. Should I do this overlay, glue this overlay on it? You can see here how it cuts it out. Like if I were to cut it, it cuts those shapes out nicely. So add the overlay or the negative space or whatever. Or should I cut it? Oof. Ooh, I can make an impression too. I can make an impression. I can line this up. Thank you for reminding me. I've done that in my videos with zero waste. I can line this up, run it through my die cut or with an embossing mat, and it would make an impression around it.
Right, there you go.
So those are the options. How many options did you do? 3, 4. Okay, so Mike put the options up. So let me see. The first one was
Leave it flat.
leave it plain,
Glue the overlay.
glue the overlay on,
Cut it.
cut it,
Make an impression.
or make an impression. So I'll let you guys vote. I really don't want to cut it, but you can see it just cuts those shapes, but they would be inked. Okay, so you guys vote. All right, I'm not cutting it. That's low. That's low on the totem pole here. It is a tough decision. Here's the thing. If you click on the product, the Honeycomb Haven product, and the link down in the list down below in the YouTube description, if you click it, you can go to Altenew and you can see examples of what the pieces are, you know, like what you can do with the cutout pieces. All right, glue the overlay on.
Glue the overlay. Yep.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
Yeah, you could use white glitter cardstock for the overlay. You can do anything. I wanted something that was just a little subtle. Here's what I'm going to do. What if I cut it? And half of it, I do the overlay, and half I do the impression.
You got to follow the instruction. Glue the overlay.
I'm going to do half and half. I'm going to do half and half of the top 2 picks. Okay? Do half and half. So I'm going to cut this. I don't want to cut, let's see, I'm going to cut it in half. People are going to freak about this, but I'm doing it. And I can put it down on 2 card panels. One of them I'll do the overlay. One of them I will do the impression. I think I'll do the overlay over here. So I need to put glue on the back of this. Now, if I had thought about it earlier, overlay in black would be cool too. I'll show you. That will help. You know what? That's a good idea. Whoever said that, that's a good idea. I'm going to cut a black overlay so you can see what the pieces will look like if you die cut them. That makes sense? The contrast, I think, will help. Hang on. Okay, but I'm going to start putting glue on the back of this. Now, if I were to do this again, I would have put Altenew double-sided adhesive on the back of this cardstock piece here before I created the negative. So all I would have to do is peel it off and press it down. I didn't think about that at the time, so I'm just running some liquid glue along the back. But it'd be much faster if I would put Altenew double-sided adhesive on the back of this cardstock before I die cut it. And then it would glue nice and flat down. But, you know, this is what happens when I wing it. Okay, so let me, oh, I won't put that down yet. So here is a black negative space. Somebody wanted to see that. I didn't do the whole thing, but I did some of it. So you can see. Here's what the black would look like. I'm not going to do the black right now. That's cool. Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Do I do the overlay in black or the cream? We got to vote. Black or cream? Here's the black. You can also get an idea of, if you die cut it, what it would look like. Black or cream overlay. That's kind of bold and fun. I could do one on one half and one on the other. Black or cream overlay before my glue dries. And I will still do the impression and show you what that looks like. The black.
Yeah.
Okay, black. Okay, so I'm setting that aside. I need to cut a bigger black. No, I'll just do this. It's fine. Good enough. I'll trim it down. Okay. Black it is. It's kind of a landslide. Who suggested black? Whoever suggested, thank you. I was going for subtle, but boy, did that contrast really work. It's gonna, and here's the thing, once you do this part, like the rest of the card is simple. You just add a sentiment. Like you don't want to do much else, right? Because it'd be too distracting. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Whoever suggested the black, email me through my website and I'll send you a card. Okay. Purple would be great too. Okay, here we go. It just lines up lovely. And this kind of gives you an idea of what the shapes would look like cut out. I lost some of the bits up here. I'll just trim it down so I don't have to worry about it. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to hurry too much here. Is Lila out there crocheting? Probably.
Last I saw.
Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Ah. Okay. I'm going to put something heavy on that for a moment, and then on this half, I'll make an impression. Okay, so Spellbinders Platinum. Most die cut machines come with a flexible embossing mat like this one that allows you to dry emboss or make an impression with the die. Some machines sell them separately, like the Gina K sells it separately, I think, but these are available. And this is a key tool to have. So I have this on the bottom of my screen because of how my machine is set up. But what you can do is you take the die and you line it up. See how I'm lining it up? So you can see the images through the holes. And then I'm going to lay it on to that flexible mat. I'm following the sandwich that the Spellbinders machine says to make an impression with a die. So this won't cut it, it'll make an impression. I'm putting some tape here because I don't want it to shift on me, okay? So that's lined up there. I'll put the top plate on and run this through. All right. Here we go. So you can see the impression on the back already. And so now you've got an impression around the images. See how cool that is? So it looks like an embossing folder with it. Okay? So there's that too. And if I would have just run it through with the die, it would have cut all these out. But I'm not doing that today. I just like it too much to cut it right now. So there's that. That's with the impression. So you can see that texture. You could even use the back, right? You could actually, here's the thing. You could ink all of your stencils upside down. So do the layering stencils upside down and then over this backside, right? And so the image, the outline would be raised. But what I did was ink them the correct way and then made the impression around it. So that's cool. And I could also do, I still like the cream too. Anyway, okay. So now, because I'm in a hurry, yeah, I'm going to trim off this top where I lost some of the pieces. So the piece will be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Look at that, look at that. Oh, that's cool. And then I'm going to cut along the side so it looks like doesn't look like the edge. So I ended up cutting this down a lot, but that's okay. That's pretty. And then this one, I'll just trim down a little bit too. Let me scroll it. All right. Yeah, don't forget this technique because you can do this with a lot. You can skip the stenciling and just use that. It looks like an embossing folder. Okay, so there we go. Now here's the thing. I could probably, I think I'm going to finish this off screen, and then I've been a good Jennifer, and I have been showing on my blog what the finished cards look like. I've been finishing them. So I'll probably glue I'll tell you what I'm going to do, but I'll glue it together off screen so that I can show you that third option, that plaid. Yeah, you could do a slimline card, mini slimline. What I think I'm going to do is I think for this one, I could use, in the background, I could use this Honeycomb embossing folder. That would work nicely on the background. The Honeycomb, but remember that other one that I thought was pretty? I think I'll use that. The Crisscross Blooms. I think I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna center that up. I gotta get my machine out again. Yep, center that up. Don't shift. All right, run this through for Spellbinders 3D embossing folders and the Spellbinders, for Altenew's 3D embossing folders and the Spellbinders Platinum, you just follow their instructions for the sandwich for 3D embossing folders. You might want to add a shim if you want a little more pressure, but let's see what we get. Let's see. Oh, that's so sweet. Look how sweet that is. Oh, I love it. So what I'll do is I'll glue this onto here like that. So there's a little bit of white around the sides. And then, let's see, this one would be a good option. If I can pick it up. So Sweet would look nice right there. Oh, come on. Or, remember, these are the stylish greetings. Like that. Love you. Appreciate you. This one you could go like sideways and put it like there. That'd be cool. Like that. Or, I don't like it that way. There's Thankful. You could put like that. Look at that. Now I want to make 9,000 of these. Darn it. Or Hugs. I like the So Sweet. Ah. There we go. The sneak peeks for online card classes is coming tonight. There we go. Christina's been very, very, very sick. Okay, so that's what I'll do for that card. Okay. Then for this one, I'll probably do the same embossing folder. And I'll probably put it on that cream base and then cut really thin gold or silver cardstock strips, really thin, and glue one right here and one right here. And then add a sentiment across it. Probably love you. Do it on this side and put love you right there. And use that embossing folder in the background. So same kind of thing, okay? So I will finish those up off screen and hopefully by tomorrow I'll put them on my blog. But I have a church group tonight and I have to sleep because I woke up at 4:30. Can you scroll? I woke up at 4:30 and I didn't go back to sleep. I just got up and started working. Yeah, you could make, here's the thing. You could make, if you put this sentiment on here, you could have it be a vertical card because sometimes people make the sentiment go up and down, or you can make it a sideways card, a landscape card. Have it like that. Yeah, you could do green. A lot of things you can do with that. All right, so that was the Honeycomb Haven bundle. I'm going to do one more thing before we go because I thought this was cute and I think I can do it somewhat quickly. All right, I have all these little die cuts on here. That's all right. Do this. This is the Botanical Plaid. And just stick with me, you'll see how it all comes together in a moment. So stencil number 1. Mike left me. I'm going to put magnets down to hold the stencil. I'm going to go very quickly for this. So let's start with, I'm going to do the purples again because I really liked it. Let's start with the cloudy, or the Celestial Mist. Let's put, let's see if this might be too light. Where did that brush go? I think I'll do this. There's probably some purple ink on this still, but that's okay. There we go. Do kind of a light. It's okay if other purple ink is on there. Do a light, this light color first. Okay, OCC. OCC is online card classes. It's a business that I own with Christina Werner, my bestie. And we do pre-record, like classes that are pre-recorded. So you can take them whenever you want. You have lifetime access. A new one starts on Monday. You can join anytime. It's a very inexpensive class. You have the option of buying the bundle that the teachers use or shopping your stash, which a lot of people do and have a lot of fun with. So I highly recommend it. So you could sign up anytime. We're putting up a preview of like sneak peeks of some of the cards, but honestly, we're doing that tonight if you signed up for class. But honestly, I don't recommend looking at them. Instead, I recommend waiting. And then Monday when class starts, you'll get an email in your inbox showing you the 3 lessons from that day, the 3 videos from that day. And I think it's fun to make it a surprise that day and then look in your stash. And we teach you how to, for this holiday class, it's called So Very Merry 2025. We show you how to, we show you how to make 4 of the same card. In one of my videos, we did 8, but, and so that when class is over, you end up with tons of holiday cards. Last year, some people said they ended up with like 100 cards after it. All right, so that's the first layer of the rose. I want these to be light purple. So here we go.
And did that link to the sneak peek come in an email?
It should come with an email, yes, and then you can log. It should. It's just not yet. Christina's been very sick. She usually films like a little video talking about it, and she's been sick. And so I said I would do it, and here I am. I have to do it after this, and then she'll send out the sneaks. But here's the thing. We use basic supplies and then a bundle that you can buy. You can still buy it if you want to, but a lot of people like to instead just find similar products in their stash. And the teachers are really good about in the live or in the videos saying what different products you could use. Like if you don't have this holly background, you could instead use something else. They make suggestions, or you could use an embossing folder instead or something. And it really makes it allow you to stretch your supplies or use exactly what we do. Or you could take the class, do the things with your supplies, and then go order the bundle later if you decide to. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Now leaves. What else can I say about OCC? We did this format last year, and it worked wonderfully. Brianne just put a link to OCC in the chat, so you can follow that link. All right, now leaves. We're going to do that faster because I'm running out of time. Let's do the new color, Sage Stone. Now, chances are there's another green on here. I don't really want to clean it, so I'm just going to add it in. Love the purple. I agree. Okay, Tammy Swanson said, Mike, can you put that comment up? Tammy Swanson said last year she bought the bundle, but still also made card shopping her stash. That's awesome. That's really good. The other thing that I really like about this format with OCC is we have a Facebook group. You don't have to join it if you don't want to. It's not a mandatory thing. But if you go there, people are sharing what they made with you based on the lessons in class using their own supplies. So you'll get ideas from other people too, which I really like. And if you do So Very Merry for this year and you really like it, you can always go back and take last year's too. The products are still available. They're fun. They're fun. And it's different than a lot of the other events that you take because there's not a live element. Instead, like what I recommend doing is watch the video, enjoy a cup of coffee while you watch it, and then go back, gather whatever supplies you think you could use to do that, and then go back and create along with it. Just pause it when you need to. It really is, at the beginning we tell you like how many pieces you need to cut of whatever to do the cards as we're doing. Oh my gosh, this is heavenly. So it really, it's really fun. Oh, what did I do? Here we go. Upside down. So if you've taken OCC in the past, let me know. Did you have fun with it? Was it good? Did you enjoy it? Oh, good. Will OCC have a Black Friday sale? I think we normally do. Yeah. So if you really wanted to save, you could wait till Black Friday. We usually do. I haven't talked to Christina about it, but this gives the details on the leaves, and I'm not really fully inking it. I'm just doing it more towards the base of the leaves, just to give like a soft gradation blend. Okay. Oh my gosh, come along now. Okay, so you could stop here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Remember when we used to do stamp layering to get a look like this? Now we've got these stencils. Brilliant. So there is a die where you could cut this one out or cut this one out and add it to your card wherever you want. Or leave this as is. Or, oh, you guys help me vote. You gotta help me vote because I don't have much time. I want to put the plaid in the background. What color should the plaid be in the background? The code for $8 off is in the top of the YouTube description. You click that link and use the code. You got to use the code or the system won't know to take the $8 off. And remember, if you're in the US and you spend,
29.
What is it for the code, my code? Is it 79 or 89? I think for 79. If you spend $79 in the US, you'll get, and use my code, you get $8 off and you get free shipping in the US. Okay, so background. Should I do blue, yellow, like a muted yellow, gray? I'm afraid to do more periwinkle unless I do dark periwinkle, but I don't know that I want dark plaid. Pink.
Those are the 4 options.
Those are the 4 options. We're going to go with one of those. Mike's going to do a poll. So see, there's stripes this way and stripes this way, and you can do one or the other or both. And this is my plea to Altenew to do more like this. In fact, I want them to do some with polka dots. Polka dots, as Lila used to call them. Okay, it's up there at the top. My Facebook group is called Share Handmade Kindness. All right, what's winning here?
Gray so far, but just started.
Gray so far. So go ahead and vote in the poll above. Another thing I should mention is that I do giveaways at the end of this. And to be eligible for giveaway, you just need to leave a comment in the chat. If you've been doing that, you're already eligible. All right, so vote in the poll at the top of the chat. What's it at, Mike?
Gray.
Gray.
Yep, thanks, Daddy.
You could do silver, but I'm not going to do silver.
When will the products be restocked for OCC?
I believe there's OCC products are restocked over at Concord and 9th. I think. Okay, I'm going to do that same gray I did before if I can find it. The Morning Frost. Here it is. It's like a greenish gray, but I think that will work with this. I could also, I'm just going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do this light. I don't want this to be distracting. And remember, the inks will kind of smooth out after they dry a bit too. And I'm going to try to do it kind of uneven. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I like the gray because it gives it like a more muted look. If you want it to be brighter, happier, kind of sunshiny, you could do the yellow. But I like this. This is a nice alternative. So I'm just doing this pretty quickly here. Again, kind of going uneven with it, just to give it a little bit of interest. Okay. Look at that. It looks like wallpaper. So you could do just these stripes, okay? Or you can come in and do the last stencil, which makes it a plaid. And that's what I'm going to do. All right. Again, I'm going to do kind of light, uneven, some areas heavier than others. I'm just kind of changing up how hard I press in different areas, just so it doesn't look like a perfect plaid, but more of kind of like a watercolory looking plaid. Gotta make sure I get some dark areas. Oh yeah, this is pretty. I like this because this is like a greenish gray. Look at that. Oh my gosh. For pity's sake. For pity's sake. Okay. Darn it. I'm out of time, but I had an idea. But that's okay. I'm going to have to just stop, but I'll tell you what I was going to do. I can maybe finish it up tomorrow. Oh, Jan's taken every OCC class and has loved them all. We have done a lot of classes, a lot. And like some of them are so old, like 10 years old, that most of the products you probably can't find anymore, but you could do it with products that are available now, right? All of OCC is designed to use with products you have. Look at that. Okay, so what I was thinking of is making a card. Brilliant, huh? And die cut this guy out. And also die cut a window in the front of the card. So this gets glued inside of the card. So when you open it up, this die cut would be on the inside, and there'd be a window of that shape on the front. So when the card's closed, it's a continuous pattern. Does that make sense? So that is what I was planning on doing. And then just adding one of those sentiments from before that I've laying around here on there. Trim it down. So I will finish that. Here, let me start. This is going to make people angered. Hold on, give me a minute. I want that. I want it to be kind of like there, close to the edge. So I'm going to cut this. People won't like that I'm cutting this, but I'm cutting it. So I'll do a little bit less than 4 1/4, and then this a little bit less than 5 1/2. So let me show you why I did that. I can save those to use on something, but I'm going to see. There's a little white trim around the edge. I'm going to cut this guy out here. Just going to do a few of the steps to give you an idea. I don't think I made sense before. So I will line this up. There is a die that cuts out the other flower too, but I'm only doing this big one. Okay, let's run that through. And then I'm going to make this a window on the card. All right, let me show you. Okay, so now, maybe I can do it. Hold this on the front of my card. I could go ahead and glue it, but I'm just going to hold it there for now. Let's put some tape on there. So now I want a hole in the window, or a hole in the front of the card that lines up with the hole in my background. So I'm going to pop that in there and run it through my die cut machine again. When I do this, I'm going to make sure the edge of my cutting plate lines up with the edge of that fold so I don't get any lines on the back of my card. Let's run this through. Yeah, Altenew had a good release. Now you guys know why I wanted to use it. It's been on my list. Yeah, Tim Holtz has OCC classes. Okay, let's see. Did it go all the way through? It might not have gone all the way through. That's okay. Nope. So what I'll do is I'll just pop it back in. It didn't want to cut through with that extra layer there. So now I'll do it again. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm pretty much making the card. This is Easy C tape. It's a highlighter tape. Where'd it go? Highly recommend it for die cutting. I need to start adding, I think if you go to my live page, you'll see it there. Okay, so now, I like it because it doesn't tear paper. It protects your paper, whereas a lot of other tapes will tear it. Okay. Let's see here. Get out my Altenew adhesive, which I think is on sale right now. Are you making fun of me?
Yes.
And I'm going to line this up. Looky there, looky there. Okay. Now, I could have put acetate between it if you want like a window. Now this will get glued to the inside. I'm going to keep those little center pieces in there. I'm going to pop it into the opening. That's in the way, this little wobbly piece there. Okay, now pop it into the opening, press it down, and it'll stay on the inside. So now the flower is on the inside and the outside. See, so there's a window there. And if you wanted this to stand out even more, see how it's got that pattern on the edge? You could do one on plain cardstock and die cut it and put it in there on plain white cardstock. And then you can add, I want one of the bigger sentiments, but I can't find them on my desk. Have that like right there. See how does that make sense? So there we go. And I'll scatter some little purple, like light purple gems across it. I want one of the bigger sentiments. Ah ha ha ha. Probably the thankful. Yeah, I like the thankful, like right there, kind of suspended across it. Isn't that fun? And then you could stamp a little sentiment here and you just write your personal message around it. I just thought that would kind of change things up a bit. All right, I gotta wrap it up. I had a stack of Altenew products. Can you give those to me? We're gonna do a giveaway. If you've left a comment in the chat.
You also remember she gave you a bunch of these.
Oh, yes. Yes. So save that.
Leanne wanted to do a inkstand gift card.
Oh, okay. So.
She didn't say how much. She said just she's fine with whatever you pull up.
Okay. We have some giveaways. I've got a mess. First of all, the first giveaway is for this new branching out stencil, which you could add leaves to, or a little birdie from Altenew. And then this is their new Sweet Life bundle. It's got these little stamps and little die cuts, so you can make like a cupcake with a flower on top or a little lemon slice with it. So that's one bundle, or one giveaway. And the next giveaway are these.
Those are all Altenew.
Oh.
Other kinds.
That's okay. Let's do, I'm going to save these for the next time I go live with Altenew. So I'll do an Altenew inkstand. So this will hold the Altenew inks. So Brianne Loveland, who's my link ninja, she is also the creator of the inkstand, and it's her 5-year anniversary. So one person will get the Altenew products here. One person will get an inkstand, and then a third person, Brianne said, we can do a gift card. So we'll do a $25 gift card to the inkstand too. So 3 winners. So Mike's going to pick the 3 winners. And while he does that, let's just look at what we did today. So we got this, and we have this, which is not done. And we have this one, which isn't done either. You could just put it right down the center. Lots of things you can do, but I think it'll probably be like that. I like that look. And then this one with the plaid. A lot of different looks. Now this one, I think I will scatter some little bits on there. That was fun. That stencil's fun. I hope they do more like that. Okay, so we have 3 winners. The first winner wins these Altenew products. And who is the winner of this?
Trish Cox, C-O-X.
Trish Cox is the winner of this. Go to my website and email us your address. The winner of an Altenew ink stand is?
Joy Ledbetter.
Joy Ledbetter. And then the winner of a $25 gift card to the ink stand?
Pamela Albright.
Pamela Albright. So if you all email me through my website, we will get you set up. And Brianne, thank you for that generous gift card. Ooh, actually I like that setup. Then also, if you are interested in the ink stand, I do have a discount code in the description below. Let me show you what I just saw. This. I kind of like it set up so it like stops here. Put the sentiment there, but I'd probably cut off the bottom so the bee doesn't get caught at the top. Sapphire Manga, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, that's it. I got to film a quick video for OCC and then go to church group. Oh, dear. I thank you all for being here. Remember, there is a discount code for Altenew in the description below and how you get free shipping and all that. I thank you for spending this time with me. I am going live again. Are you going to be ready?
Yep.
Live again on Friday at 3 o'clock. And then probably Sunday at the same time. I always seem to do 3 o'clock. I guess that's it.
Those afterwards.
Yes, yep. We'll get those set up. But remember, if you sign up to get a text from me, you'll get it about a half hour before the live. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I will see you Friday. Bye, all.